Welcome to this lesson on instructional methods and media. In this lesson, you will learn to distinguish between instructional methods and instructional media. This distinction is important in our world of fast-changing technology. You as an instructor or instructional designer need to stay grounded. That is, it's important not to be taken in by the mere seduction of technology at the expense of instructional principles that make learning successful. The author of your textbook, Ruth Clark, discusses the 4 ingredients of instruction. We're going to systematically explore each of these in this course. First, there's the content. There are 5 types of content when designing instruction, and we'll look at them in lessons 4 and 5. We'll look at learning outcomes, otherwise known as objectives, in lesson 3. In this lesson, we will focus on the last 2 of these, instructional methods and instructional media. There's a tendency to think of instructional media as the more important element in learning, and especially in e-learning. After all, the media often produce the cool factor. But unless effective instructional methods are used with the media, research shows that learning will not succeed. Here we see the distinction between instructional methods and media. The methods are the psychologically active techniques that cause learning to happen. Demonstrations, process animations, examples, analogies, discussions, case studies, and so forth. The media provide the cool factor, like computers, mobile devices, tablets, videos. Even books and instructors could be considered media. For more discussion of instructional media and methods, read the short section in the textbook on pages 23 through 26 and the short article from Adobe posted in this week's resources. The author of your textbook, Ruth Clark, addressed this topic at a recent conference. In her presentation, she describes the difference between instructional methods and instructional media and weaves in the supporting research. Video clips of this presentation are in your resources for this week. Think of instructional methods as the instructional designer's toolbox. Dr. Clark has also written a complete book about the tools of instructional methods used in instruction and instructional design. The book is entitled Building Expertise, where she provides multiple categories and examples of the most effective methods and when to use them. We will look at a few examples of these in this lesson. This definition is an excerpt from one of Dr. Clark's workbooks on instructional design. The full version will be provided in this week's resources for you. Instructional media are the vehicles that carry the instructional methods. Here's an excerpt from a list of instructional media that shows the advantages of each type of media. The types of media are distributed on the top row, and the advantages of each type is listed down the first column. The full table of this is provided in the resources for this week. You may want to add more media to this table as newer technologies become available. In this lesson, we focused on the difference between instructional methods and instructional media. As a follow-up, now go to the course shell in Moodle and do the items listed that provide more in-depth information about methods and media. As a reminder, look in the discussion forum for this week's questions. Please post to the discussions by offering your response to the questions and also your response to your fellow classmates' posts.